understand that when you come from at something from a technical point of view, you actually forget about the human aspect of what you're doing. So you will design something and you'll go, I need to do it so it does this, and I've got to get this input and I've got to give that output. And you tend to forget that there is a user at the end of this that has to use it. And your design doesn't take that into consideration. Now, that is why we have a lot of software, and there is a lot of software that I pick up, or someone comes to me and says, this sucks.
Mm,
This is
yeah.
terrible. And I look at it and I go through it and they go, how did you work that out? I'm like, because I've got a tech brain. Because I've got a tech brain, I looked at that and went, oh, how would I have designed this? I would have done this and done that. Your average user doesn't think like we think. Um,
Right. So true.
Uh, yeah, yeah, your average user doesn't think like we think. So when you're doing your design work, by all means, just do the design work, but then get someone who has no idea in to use your system before you put it out for a release or a beta or an alpha. Get someone, get a human involved. When my mum was alive, and may she rest in peace, my mum was a lovely lady, but oh my God, she was the best beta tester I could get. And I would just sit her down in front of something and say, just use it. And just stand behind her and watch what she'd
Mm,
do. And I'd go, why? Why are you doing that? She's because that makes sense to me.
I love that. Oh my goodness.
You're
Oh,
like, I
yeah.
I would never have expected someone to do that. So to me, that was a really big experience. Yeah, and when people come to me with problems, I'm like, well, how are you making it do that? And it used to be, you'd have to go and stand behind them and watch them on the screen. Now I can at least do a screen share and say, show me what you're doing. Oh,
Right.
I would
Yeah.
never have expected that you to do it that way. So they do it that way. And as designers, as people who are learning the design aspect, understand that your design aspect. This is where I'm going to get it to land now for you. That design aspect does have a human aspect to it, and you need to include that in your overall design. Don't do it as a bolt on. Don't just go at the end of it. Now we need to get the humans to use it.
Yes, that is so important. I'm glad you brought that up because that's something that I talk to my students a lot about because they are designing training, they're designing professional development for a user at the end of it and a learner. So, yeah, having that human centered design approach is so important. And yeah, it's true. We tend to, as tech people, we tend to kind of isolate that, right? And just think about the technology and oh, this will look so great if I do this. But then, yeah, it's true. We forget about the users. That alpha and beta testing is so important. That's something where I work. We do that before new technology is rolled out by our web services department. That they're the ones that work on the new technology and they do updates to our systems internally. And so they do the alpha and the beta testing, and it's so vital and so key because they actually tell us if do what you have to do. If you break it, that's okay because we want you to actually
It
go
needs
in
to
there.
break.
Yeah, it
It
needs to
needs to
break.
break. They need it to break to know where the holes are, to know where
Yeah,
the deltas are. And
right.
the fact that you've got them telling you that tells me that they are really, really good at what they do.
Mhm.
Because they don't understand what I keep saying it. You don't know what you don't know. I know what I know. I just couldn't tell you what I don't know until someone asks me a question and I go, oh, I don't know. I'll go find out.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Because then we have times where we have deadlines and our deadlines where we have, a bunch of people in the system at the same time. Well, yeah, I mean if you don't test all that out and figure that out before you go and implement it, release it out, and then you have 100 people in there trying to do the same thing and then the system can't handle it, then you've got a lot of angry angry people going,